In the last report I made on this very day, I advised that when Parliament makes laws, it should cause them in order to have an idea of the nature and resources that are necessary for effective implementation of such laws. I so advise because the experience with laws that create specialist courts is that those courts, after being created, are not sufficiently resourced. This is actually what has happened with the creation of with the enactment of the Labour Court Act, which has actually created a very huge problem for the Labour Court, in that all matters that have to do with disputes now between employers and employees are only heard by that court. The High Court does not have jurisdiction anymore. That court only has 3 judicial officers. As a result, it cannot deliver at optimum level. And where a labor court is not efficient, it is the workers who suffer most, because they don't have deep pockets, but the employers can stomach any delays for eternity. A similar situation of lack of capacity obtains in the Labour Appeal Court and the Land Court. These are specialist courts presided over by judges who serve in the general stream of the business of the High Court. The Labour Appeal Court and the Land Court need their own premises, registries and staff. My plea to the executive is to avail buildings and provide land to build courts. I would not complain if the President of the Senate is pleased to donate its old building when Senate relocates to its new premises on the hill. I appeal to the President of the Senate to be so pleased. The high rates of employment make citizens or deprive citizens of disposable funds to pay for court fees and to brief lawyers. This calls for a law to establish a small claims court. Currently, we have a small claims procedure in the Magistrates Court to deal with such small claims. The exponential growth in numbers of such claims provides empirical evidence for Parliament to legislate for such a small claims court, where litigants can appear in person without having to pay fees to lawyers that exceed their claims. In conclusion, I want to thank His Majesty's Government and Parliament for providing the financial and other necessary resources for the improvement of the administration of justice. I salute the Commander of the Lesotho Defence Force and the Parade Commander, Captain Sakoane, for the colorful display and rousing music. The fourth estate is the eyes and ears of society. Thanks to the media, there is now an increase in public awareness of how justice is administered. Let this year mark a turning point, a year of faster justice, a year of clean governance, and a year in which the judiciary reaffirms its role as the impartial guardian of the Constitution.